Is this thing working? Hello? Hello? Hey, May the 4th be with you. We're going to be talking best Star Wars games on Nintendo Switch. Go ahead and hit the intro and get started here. All right. Well, welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about Star Wars games on the Switch. And because it's May the 4th, there's quite a few games on sale right now. So if you want to pick some of these up, we're also going to be talking about some games that really need to be on Switch and or Switch 2. So hopefully we'll see some of those games make their way over as well. I see Ryan is here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. So good to have you. I know this is kind of a impromptu Sunday night stream, but just thought it'd be fun to jump on here, talk Star Wars for a little bit. And we got the Force Unleashed. You can see the it's from Gamer Max channel on YouTube. So if you want to check them out, feel free. But it's their gameplay. So this is a long play of the Force Unleashed. And I think I'll start right there with the Force Unleashed. It is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars games. Like it is so good. Like so good. And on the eShop right now, it's $7.99. 60% off. I just watched as I was getting ready to set the stream up. I watched a clip of Sam. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. I think it's like I want to get it right. I don't want to mess his name up. So give me 1 second here. Sam, is it Whitaker? I think it's Whitaker. Let's see. No, not right. It's something like that. Give me a second here. He plays Darth Maul in here we go. Sam Witwer. There we go. Sam Witwer. I was close. So he was in the first season of Dexter, if you're familiar with that show. And he was talking about his audition for the role. And he kept meditating. He had to do this audition. Like they did this scene 4 times, he said. And he was meditating in this scene, but he was very tense. And so they asked him, like, okay, he did the scene. He acted different each time except for during the meditation. And the reason for it is he was like, well, he's a Sith. He wouldn't know how to meditate. Like, or Smallville season 8. There we go. General AMC. I love it. Amazing. Good stuff there. So he's also, I believe for the longest time, he was a Twitch streamer. I know I subbed to him for a little bit, and like he's a pretty avid gamer. He's also I think there's an upcoming like Darth Maul series on Disney, and he's very involved with that. I think he's the voice of Darth Maul. So really cool stuff. But so he's doing this audition, and the director is like, why are you so tense during the meditation? He said, because Vader never would have taught him how to find inner peace. He would have assumed that the Force needed to be used by Force. And he said he looked up and saw behind these windows, there was a bunch of like Lucasfilm, suits up there that all started like kind of chatting amongst themselves. And that's what landed him the role. It's this game you're seeing if you're watching right now, you're seeing the opening scene. You get to play as Vader, and you're just slaughtering Wookiees, and it's crazy. Now, the first time I played this game was on Xbox 360, and there was a bunch of achievements for X amount of kills and things like that. So like I spent a ton of time here just farming achievements in this game. And it's so good. There is a sequel to it. It's not quite as good because it was a little tough to follow. But this it one of the ways this game like revolutionized things in gaming, like they had these YouTube videos showcasing the tech, and you're gonna notice like if something in the environment is destructible, it's not just like four pieces are put together and those four pieces come apart. No, like this is one of the first times that like things could get destroyed depending on where they got hit. And they showcased this with like a piece of plywood, and they'd throw these mini R2s at them at the plywood. And it would like, if they hit the top corner, it would only bend the corner. But if they hit in the middle, it would, blow a hole in the middle. It wouldn't just, you guys know how games are typically. Like you see how it's shattering on screen. I don't know if you guys are only listening, and I apologize, but you'll notice it's like, it was very, very revolutionary for the time, and super, super cool. So story-wise, if you are a Star Wars fan, this is so worth a play. Like it is so worth a playthrough. Like there are moments that you're just like they're so shocking. Like so shocking. And it's so good. It's literally so good. I guess we're starting with what I will say is probably the best of the best, which is The Force Unleashed. And it's so good, in fact, that the last time I was on the eShop and I saw that it was on sale, I picked it up again. So it is currently on my Switch as well. So, and I do believe if you're interested in trying to find physical, Limited Run has physical copies. So this game right now on the eShop, $7.99, 60% off. A game that I have not played all the way through, and unfortunately have had spoiled because it's super old and I never played it when it was out, is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is another game that is so well loved. Like it's so well loved. The Star Destroyer, for those who know. Yes. I was like, how can I mention it without mentioning it? That's the great way of putting it. Yes. So amazing. So amazing. So, but Knights of the Old Republic 2, if you like those, if you like BioWare games, these are definitely worth checking out. $5.99 for both of those. I'm actually going to I was going to wait to play Knights of the Old Republic if it was getting remade. And then I think that project got put on hold. So I think at this point I may end up getting them, and I think I have it on like my mobile device, and I know I have original copies for Xbox. But I think just having it on Switch would be great, and $6 you can't go wrong there. Now I'm going to mainly focus on games that I have played. I know they've been pushing Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. It seems like a lot as of recent. I think like even maybe it's this weekend or last weekend. I think it's probably this weekend with the May 4th. You get like 100 platinum points if you download it and play it. So might be worth doing if you want to check it out. I know a lot of people loved Bounty Hunter, which was on GameCube, and that one's on sale for $9.99. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles is on sale for $14.99. You've got Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Now, this was a game that I had some fun with back on the 64. And so if you're a fan of pod racing, and it's a solid racer. It's not super easy. Like it's not Mario Kart, but I see Joey is here. I threw you off that I'm live right now. Welcome on in. Joey says Star Wars Battlefront 2005 remaster is nostalgic fun. Now that game, like those were games that like I played a ton of when they came out on Xbox. I loved them. Like they were so much fun, so good. And my boys loved them as well. Like just fantastic games. Now, let me take a quick peek here at the sales. And yeah, so you can get the collection. The Star Wars Battlefront collection is 25% off right now for $26.25. A really good game. One of my favorite. We've had some really stellar Star Wars games throughout the years, right? The ones that have made it to the Switch that are like some of my favorites. Like I said, Force Unleashed, super, super good. The Battlefront collection, super good. Star Wars Republic Commando, guys, $5.99 right now. Stellar. Like it's kind of like Rainbow Six in Star Wars. Like again, stuff that's like not that, like it's kind of like run of the mill now, stuff we see all the time, was like you could tell your teammates where to go, and then they would move to those locations and take cover, that kind of stuff. Like it was really cool, at the time. So a pretty solid FPS is Star Wars Republic Commando. But one of the games I loved was Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and then also Jedi Knight 2, which is Jedi Outcast. Now, I want to double check if there's a way I can do it easily. I bet I can. Yeah, I'll look through here. I just want to make sure I get the correct one for which one I really liked. I want to say I liked one better, but I may be mistaken. So I'm just going to throw Star Wars here in the search on the eShop. Actually, no, I know exactly how I'm going to do it. Back it up. Here we go. I want to double check. They're both fantastic. One, it was one of the first times outside of like Super Star Wars that like playing as a Jedi was like the most fun I'd had in a Star Wars game. So General AMC says Star Wars Heritage Pack on Amazon is $45 physical, comes with, there we go, this is the way to do it. Knights of the Republic 1 and 2, Republic Commando, Jedi Knight, and Academy, Force Unleashed, and Racer. Yeah, that's those are like that's the pack to get. $45. Get it physical. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Oh, I have to go to virtual game cards now to check my library, guys. I forgot. I do want to give a quick shout out to Star Wars Hunters, because I know it's going away, but it was pretty stellar. It was pretty stellar. So Jedi Academy. That's the one. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. You basically create your Jedi and then go through the story, which was great. You're fighting against Rancor, and like it's just so much Star Wars goodness. But it also has online multiplayer, and I played so much of this. Like this was I want to say even pre like Halo 2. And it was so fun, like using the Force against your friends, throwing your lightsabers. You could do a saber like Darth Maul's. You could, you had different stances you could do. Like you could do dual sabers if you wanted. They did such an amazing job with these games. And the online moved over on the Switch game. So you can play Jedi Academy online if that's something that interests you. Like super, super good. And again, it's $7.99. If you want to get the sequel where you play as like Kyle KOTOR or something like that. Let me see. I want to get his name right. Kyle Katarn. Yeah. And so you get to experience his story. Still a very, very well loved game. It's just I remember playing some of it, but I don't remember if I played all the way through it or not. So I can't speak on it too much. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am a sucker for pinball. And the best pinball on Switch, I think, is Star Wars Pinball. It is on sale on the eShop for $10.49 right now. And if you get it and you're on my friends list on Switch, let me know if you can beat any of my high scores, because I've got some pretty crazy high scores on there. So the way the boards are set up, like the Return of the Jedi board, just so good, so much fun. Like I love it. Joey says, yeah, don't bring up Star Wars Hunters. I love that game. I wish it wouldn't end. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer. Joey also says the Star Wars fighter game that came out a few years ago was pretty good too, but honestly would be Battlefront 2 2017 come to Switch 2. Yes. Yes, I would love that. Love that as well. I think that would be great. So yeah, Joey, I took your photo out of Discord and put it up on X, and it's been getting some it's been getting some interesting comments, that's for sure. It's so good. So good. So now so again, my recommendation, if you got a couple bucks to throw around, Force Unleashed would be number one if you've never played it. Like number two, if you want to dive into like the history of Star Wars, of like some Star Wars games, check out Knights of the Old Republic. It's got a crazy twist in it. That unfortunately, that's what I had spoiled for me. So again, definitely worth checking out. And the racer game, like Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, super fun. You've also got Republic Commando. And I'm kind of going in the order, and especially these are all like $6 or $7 a pop. If you want to throw a little bit extra out there, I don't know if it's working well yet, but the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is another option as well. But again, I'm going to say probably top two. And if you end up picking this one, if you end up picking up Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, let me know, because I will play some multiplayer with you, because it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So Force Unleashed, and then Jedi Academy would be number two. And then if you want to get into a long RPG, go with Knights of the Old Republic, and then there's the sequel as well. So and again, just for some solid first person shooters, you got or for a solid first person shooter, like squad based shooter, you got Republic Commando, which is great. So General AMC says, I've heard it is now, and that's what I'm thinking is going with this year's as far as Battlefront from 2017 or Battlefront 2. Such a great game. I have a clip from that game. I have a couple of really funny clips. One, I had an AT-AT get turned around and fall. It fell, and the other one couldn't walk past it. And the way the game would end is by having these things walk to a certain point, and if you destroyed them before they got to the shield or something like that, well, they would never get past the second like check mark to like trigger what needed to be. And we were all just that game's probably still running to this day, because it never triggered anything. So and then there's a multiplayer mode where you can like do like waves of enemies coming at you, and they drop these pods in completely random locations. And I just so happened to be running right and walked right where one of those pods landed, and it killed me. I remember I was playing with my uncle, and ended up like, I think I hit one of the Xbox record that moments, and because like what are the chances? We have this whole battlefield and I happen to be standing in the one spot. Like I'm moving on my screen and all of a sudden I just see this pod and that's it. Like the chances were crazy. So, but those are, let's chat a little bit about Star Wars games that need to be put on Switch or Switch 2. Battlefront. Absolutely. Like no question. The Battlefront 2, super solid game. Super solid game. What's funny about that game is it's another one of those situations where the internet was like not happy about it, and then everybody ended up buying it. They did make a few changes because they were getting a little predatory with their practices as far as like not being super consumer friendly. But at the end of the day, everybody still ended up. The game sold crazy. So General AMC says Battlefront 3 at this point. Let's lock in, Dice. Yeah. And I know that some of those studios just had there's some recent layoffs, unfortunately. So, but hopefully there's an opportunity for Battlefront 3. Now, again, Battlefront, so fun. Like, so fun. You're talking every element of Star Wars you get to do in this game. Heroes with lightsabers or Han or Chewie or whoever you want to be. Villains as well. Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, all that stuff. Vehicles. Like so much fun. Like getting to drive around in the vehicles and the tanks and all the different eras of Star Wars. Like just absolutely fantastic. Like so good. Now, let's go back a little bit. I remember renting Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back on the NES, and I actually have a complete in box of, I want to say maybe both of them. I know I have Empire for sure. I may have the Star Wars as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head. They're interesting. Like they were doing the best they could at the time, I would say. But then Super Star Wars came out and it was all over for me. Like absolutely adored Super Star Wars. Super Empire Strikes Back came out. My aunt got it for me for Christmas Eve, and I stayed up until like 5 a.m. playing this game. These are not easy games. Like they are not for the faint of heart, especially the first one. And I would say even the second one, but I have since played all the way through every single one of them. And they were so good, like so good, so much fun. And there's elements where they get a little creative with things. You're like, that's not how it happened in Star Wars. Like why is Luke jumping up and down on the sandcrawler or whatever? But like, it's a game. You gotta have fun stuff to do. I see Nadian Nays here. He says Star Wars, live long and prosper. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Joey says Battlefront is a gold mine. If a company did it right, live service, free map, hero updates, charge $2.99 a skin, it could be worth so much. Well, and even the way they did it in 2, it was like there's a ton of content there, like a ton of content. So it would be nice just to see them keep going. You've also got Star Wars Fortnite happening right now, guys. If you want to get in on that, it's always fun to have lightsabers in Fortnite. Now, as far as some other games, I do want to touch on Super Empire Strikes Back for just a second more. One of the things that was so great about it. It was one of the first times you got to fly the snow speeder and actually like wrap the cable around the AT-AT and have it fall. And I remember like it blew my mind. It's hard to explain, especially if you guys are younger and like, you've played Battlefront 2 or whatever, and you're like, oh, this is just par for the course. It's what they did. This was not like you didn't expect these kind of things to happen when you played games back then. You always wanted it to, but you didn't really expect it to. It was just kind of like, well, hopefully it works. I do want to just point out the gameplay real quick. Like he is using force push just to send these guys flying. The only bummer part about the Force Unleashed is there was no, I don't think you can like dismember people with your lightsaber, which was like, I don't, it's super annoying to me. Like these stormtroopers should just be pieces. You know, I think you can chop up bots, but you can't, and I mean, I get it because there's just be pieces of them everywhere, and little kids playing it might have been a little terrifying for them, but like, it just, you know, if you've watched Star Wars, you're used to seeing people lose hands and stuff, right? Oh, General AMC, also another great, like, an incredible Star Wars game is Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Like, yeah, so good. So good. So Nate is getting into the goods now. Nate says Shadows of the Empire was so amazing on N64. The only Star Wars game I really got into. I'd love a re-release. Yes. Yeah. So this is where NSO needs to come into play, right? Could you imagine, guys, if this year they'd been like, hey, for May the 4th, Super Star Wars on the Super Nintendo and the NES Star Wars games. And you know what? Let's throw the 64 games on there as well. So good. Like Shadows, I couldn't stop playing. I could not. I couldn't stop playing. And there were just some just killer moments in that game where like IG-88 would come out and like he was no joke. I don't know if you guys have seen if you've seen the first season of Mandalorian and you see the IG unit like just going like he was no joke when you had to fight him in like this junk planet, if I remember correctly, and he was no joke at all. And it was fun playing as I can't Dash Rendar, I think was the guy's name. And you know, he had kind of a cool ship that was like the Millennium Falcon. And then if you unlocked or beat the game, or there was enough like there was a way to unlock where you could, I think, either do the Kessel Run or like do some kind of a race against the Millennium Falcon. And I wasn't able to unlock that, but it was still a super cool addition. But then you also get into like the Rogue Squadron, and what a crazy game it was. Like Castan Paratus, I think, on the junk planet, maybe. Okay. All right. I can remember like they're like trying to cheese IG-88, and there was like these different bays, and I just remember the like kind of being like real rusted, if I remember correctly. Like it's been years, but I just remember that battle. Like I still remember just like thinking like this guy is terrifying. Like some of these bounty hunters you're going against, they were no joke at all. So just super fun. But yeah, then getting into games like Rogue Squadron and there was also like a Naboo like starfighter game as well. And then moving on to like GameCube, one of the launch titles was Rogue Squadron 2. And talk about a game that still holds up to this day. Like looks so good and plays so good. It's just, I think we're in a different era of gaming now that like I don't do would a game like that, like they actually, and speaking of, this would be a great Switch 2 title along with Battlefront is it called Star Wars Starfighter? Do you guys remember the name? Um, no, it's not. It's not on Raxus Prime and Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, nice, very very cool. What? There was a was it was it Squadrons? Let me see. I think you're correct. Yes, yes. It again. It took what you did in like Rogue Leader was like this very arcade style on like kind of on rail shooter, kind of like Star Fox. And then Squadrons took it to a whole nother level, like where you're messing with stuff in the cockpit, moving shields, like it became more of a simulation, but so fun. And you could kind of fly like Poe Dameron in in the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi and stuff. Like they they did they did something that'd be a great game. Get on Switch. It was like kind of a budget title. I remember it launched for like $40 maybe. Um, it's it may not be everybody's cup of tea because again, it's more of a simulation, but like getting to feel like you were like an actual um like X-wing pilot or TIE fighter pilot, like it was very, very good. Very good. I didn't play all the way through it. Like I had this I would only play it when my uncle was over and like we got pretty far into it. We would kind of take turns and stuff and then we just ended up I think it had been a while since we got together and we just hadn't fired it up since. So and Ryan's mentioning X-Wing on PC. I, I remember at least talking about it and like and I know it's a game that gets brought up often in these conversations because it's pretty stellar as well. So but yeah, Rogue Squadron 2 and 3 on GameCube, you know, fantastic games. The 3 that you got out of your ship and kind of ran around in third person wasn't quite as they didn't pull that off as it quite as well as I think they had hoped. But still a great game. And what I would love to see all of these get added to NSO. Like I think it would be so good because they're so much fun. And again, some of them hold up to this day, which is crazy. And if you guys have been watching the footage here and seeing the Force Unleashed, like it's so worth picking up. Like so worth picking up. Joey says, imagine a new pod racer game on Switch 2 where you hold the Joy-Cons in control like mouse mode. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember Crawler's always talking about like, I want to play, and I can't remember if they added it to Pod Racer or not, where you can play with the Joy-Cons. I know he's always mentioned it. So I can't remember if it was something they added or something he always hoped they added, but that could be fun. Be fun as well, just to the novelty of it. So, well, I'm gonna wrap up on this, and guys, I want to hear from you. What was your first Star Wars game? So, my first Star Wars game was in the arcade, and it was a vector style Star Wars game where you just held the basically you were essentially the pilot of the X-wing and you would fly through different levels and you could just kind of turn left to right and you had the triggers and I loved it. It ate so many quarters, like so many of my quarters. I absolutely loved it. I know when I was at E3 2019, I believe, One Up Arcade ended up making that game. I would love to have even that mini cabinet in my collection because that was just one of my favorites. I don't recall playing it, but there was Empire Strikes Back on the Atari. But it was just like your ship was flying across the screen, and there was AT-ATs, and you were just shooting at them the whole time. Like it was um, pretty uh, just pretty basic, pretty basic stuff. So, taking a quick peek here I want to get some of these. Crawler says Rebel Assault and TIE Fighter on PC. Love it, love it, love it. Tiger Time says first Star Wars was KOTOR, legendary. Crawler also says Dark Forces. Joey says, wait, Galaga wasn't a game about Han Solo fighting the Empire? No. Nope. It wasn't. But yeah, like I can the arcade that I used to go to as a kid, it had the Star Wars arcade machine. And then my parents used to take us to this like it was like a water slide park slash like amusement park and called Enchanted Village. And the arcade there, it always had Star Wars. And it was like literally I would run. I knew if we were going there, I was going to get to play Star Wars, and I just loved it. So, General AMC says probably Battlefront 1 on PS2. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, such good. I mean, Star Wars has been. They've had so many great hits. I mean, we know that Outlaws, right? Star Wars Outlaws is going to be making its way to Switch, and it got announced. I don't know if it was announced today or recently, or if people figured out it's going to be a key card. There's going to be no game on the cart, so some people are very bothered by that. You've also got the potential for Star Wars. What is it? Jedi Survivor and Jedi Outcast, I believe. I've played the first one all the way through. So good. Like so good. So hopefully we see that make its way to Switch 2 as well. Let's see. Joey says, I remember the movie theater arcade used to have a big TIE Fighter game. I think it had the Trench Run. Oh yes. Yep. Yeah, there was one of the arcade machines it had like almost like a pilot stick, and you could do like the Endor speeder bikes. You could also like fight Vader as Luke and with the lightsaber. And then I think there was like a trench run and stuff as well. So Tiger Time says Rogue Squadron 2, that was cool at the time. Yes, so good. So good. Joey says, but Battlefront 2005 is your first official Star Wars game. That's great. And I mean, I mentioned it earlier on, but Super Star Wars, it was a rental for me. We rented it. I was at my buddy's house in like grade school. We rented Super Star Wars. We thought we were going to get through this game. We barely made it out of we didn't even get off of Tatooine. Like it was no joke. When I went back to it after probably being in high school or like maybe 8th grade, probably high school. I just remember thinking these games are insanely hard, like insanely hard. It was almost like, is this made for the arcade? Like they're crazy. And one of my biggest regrets is when it hit it came out on the Wii, on the eShop on the Wii, but the licensing was a very, very short time. And I never picked them up. And I still regret that to this day. I do believe there is at least a version of one of the games. Maybe all three of them are on PlayStation, or they might have been promotional material or something like that. But they may still be on the PlayStation store. I'm not sure. So if I end up with a PlayStation at some point, I will probably pick those up. But I would love to see them get put on NSO, just because like they're so good and just so much fun. So, General AMC says, I think it was just Super Star Wars. Yeah, I kind of remember it being just the one as well, but good stuff. So, well, guys, thank you so much for being here live. If you're listening after the fact, appreciate you all so very much. May the 4th be with you. All right, we got one more here. Oh, Nate says Hunters 2 would be great. Too soon, Nate. Too soon. But I remember a cool arcade game. Nice. Oh yes. Yeah. Are you talking about the Vector one that I was talking about as well? Is that the one you used to play? being close to age, I'm guessing that might be it. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, for listening. If you end up picking up any of these Star Wars games, let me know in the Discord. n64josh.com/Discord will get you in there chatting games with us, and all of the crazy conversations I've been seeing. Hate Zero, if you guys remember when Hate Zero was on the show, he's been hopping into the Discord periodically and chatting stuff up. Yeah, and Joey's got a picture in there of why Mario Kart's worth $80. So make sure to go and check that out. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.